Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Morgan coming to you live from Highland Cycles for the Gospel of Two Wheels number 33, which is crazy to believe. We've been doing this 33 times. I know I say that every week, but yeah, it's nuts. Start off quick conditions report because tonight is our Thursday night ride. Corey, what's happening? Yeah, conditions here in Montrose are going to be perfect tonight for riding. It rained yesterday. It looks like actually some folks got out and rode yesterday, even in the snow and the rain, which looked pretty good. But it's going to be super duper epic tonight. So yeah, plan on riding tonight if you can. Hey Shannon, how's it going? Yeah. So right now it's saying that it's 30 degrees outside. It feels a little warmer than that to me. But it's definitely chilly this morning and gray, but it's supposed to be getting sunny and warmer throughout the day. And by the time we leave here at 5 o'clock p.m. sharp, it's going to be perfect. So super stoked about that. Let's see. Other news before we get going on the... Hey, Rodrigo, how's it going, man? Dry Creek is awesome, Rodrigo. Tori Anderson, good to see you here. So yeah, that's where we're riding tonight. The Thursday night ride tonight is going to be Dry Creek. We're going to do some tougher trails, not the hardest stuff tonight, but definitely some more technical, tougher stuff. Rodrigo, yeah, things are good. What up is that everything is awesome over here. Montrose conditions are just getting better and better every day. Moisture yesterday, going to be dry and awesome today. Don't be jealous, just come on over. Javier, how's it going, man? Yeah, it's going to be absolutely perfect conditions. And then this weekend, I looked at the forecast, and we'll have a post up actually after this. It's going to be like drop dead gorgeous, perfect this weekend. So it's going to be super duper awesome. Hold on, coffee time, because that's important. Yeah, no, things are good. As you can see, lots of work here going on. And we're busy. Base camp is doing great. No one in it this weekend, so if anybody's interested, this weekend is open. Next weekend, I believe, is booked, I think. And most of the rest of April. Already some bookings in May. So if you're interested, definitely get on the books quick. We already had 3 days in August booked, and the Dry Creek race weekend is booked. So, yeah, it's happening quick. So if you want to get on the list, give us a call. We're like this close to having it set up on Airbnb, so you'll be able to check the calendar and stuff like that online. I will let you all know when that happens. That's going to be awesome. So, yeah, here we are. The subject today is the race recap from the CORCS Round 2 in Florence, Colorado. I was stoked to get to go. I didn't make it. Hey, Joel, what's happening, man? Joel, I got good news for you and that KTM you're going to be renting. I got some super duper secret nitro mooses coming. Prototype stuff that's going to be in that bike when you rent it. So, supposed to be really cool. I'll talk about that later. Melissa Howie, what is up? So, super stoked to go to Florence. Florence isn't that far away, about 3.5 hours. I was excited about that because it's close. Would love to have gone to the National Hare and Hound. That's 6-something hours away, so if it's half, it made more sense. The other thing is my boy, Ewan, the little one, he's 10, wanted to go. My 12-year-old Thomas wasn't stoked about racing. He loves riding, but he doesn't love racing, so it was just you and I, guys trip, and then we grabbed my buddy Foxy Bibbs, who's also named Brian Hellier, but his official Highland Cycles name is Foxy Bibbs. We could do a whole show on why that's his name. Anyway, headed over to Florence, got a room in Canyon City, which is super close, by the way. It's like 20 minutes from the track, if that, maybe 15, not very far. And I had heard that it was going to be a Super Dust Bowl, or that it has been a Super Dust Bowl. We're hoping not to have a Super Dust Bowl, but it happened anyway. Super Endurophile Oh, Rodrigo. So actually, man, I have not watched the whole thing, and I don't know about. I've heard that there's some controversy about that, and I honestly don't know about that right now. That's a great question, and maybe we could discuss that as you guys do the comments. That'd be cool because I didn't watch the whole thing, and I didn't hear about. I just know that there's controversy, and I don't know what's going on. So yeah, we went over. Rain and snow yesterday. Of course, Matt, rain and snow after the Dust Bowl. So yeah, we got there at night in Kansas City, which is awesome. Nate Scott, what's up? Bulletproof. Shane, how's it going, man? Rock and roll. We got there and spent the night in Kansas City at the Hampton Inn. Really nice place. By the way, Kansas City. Hey, Gary, what's happening, man? It is. There's like frontage road city, man. It's hard to get to a lot of the businesses that are on. It's on Highway 50, so I get that there needs to be a frontage road. Anyway, we drove around a little bit, missing places until we found the right exits. Yeah, great place. Tori, I don't know. We're definitely going to the next CORCS. I'm not 100% sure about Farmington. I've sworn off of Farmington in the past because of the sand whoops, but I did hear that they've changed the course and it's a lot better. Yeah, our traffic wasn't horrible in Canyon, fortunately. Matt says traffic sucks. So, yeah, got up the next morning, got the kid. No, I wasn't in Texas, dude. I was at Texas. What are you talking about? No, I was in Canyon City, Colorado. If I'm anywhere near you, Nate, you will get a phone call. Absolutely. So yeah, we went down to the racetrack, got my little kid Ewan ready, and so let me start by, hey Cameron, what's happening, man? Start by saying the CORCS puts on a phenomenal event. Okay, they are very organized. They're doing a great job. They're super duper focused on the kids, like crazy focused on the kids. So that is awesome and probably the most important thing to do because for our sport. Sign up was easy. Everything was great. Got through. In my opinion, it was very reasonable priced race. It's like $35 for a year membership, and I forget what, $40 or $30 to race. Anyway, it was great. And then extra classes are cheap. So my kid decided he wanted to race two, both the 65s and then also the younger 85 class on his 65. And yeah, man, we got ready, got down, met a bunch of friends, saw the Endas, saw the Comers, saw the Folks, saw the Allens. Yeah, isn't that a good-looking KX, Cameron? It's a beautiful KX. Saw Judd Barlow, Rod Harrell, George Pennington, all the guys from CORCS. Everybody was super, super welcoming and fun and nice and psyched to see us and everything. It was really great. Great pit setup. We got Ewan ready to go. The one thing I can say is that the CORCS guys, man, it took a long time to get through all the classes because, yeah, I know. No, I was not in, no, I'm glad I was not in Kansas City, Canyon City. Although you could say that that's a little worse place to be if you're the wrong guy like El Chapo. So yeah, it was awesome. Got the kids ready. It took a long time to get through all the classes because the course is pretty long, and I think it just drug on getting all the people off the course before the next parade lap and the next practice and things like that. But that aside, the racing was awesome. Ewan had a super good race in the 65s. He was about mid-pack. He was 7th after not having raced since November and really not ridden very much. He's fired up about it now, which is awesome. And yeah, he had a great race. Terrible start. He's kind of like his dad, like me. And he, you know, went out there, rode his heart out, charged hard, crashed a couple times, got back up. I watched his helmet cam footage. It's hilarious. I'm going to post it. I've posted some of it on our recap video, but he had one crash in a silty corner where he just like screams at himself, "Hey, John Bowman, what's up?" He goes, Ewan! Just yells at himself and picks his bike up, kicks it, gets it going. It's hilarious. So really funny because it's just like me. The that is awesome, dude. Chickens don't raise ducks. Absolutely, Nate Scott. So Shane, that's true. Bill, what's happening? Good morning. So yeah, great race. Finished covered in dust. He's like, Dad, it's so dusty out there. It's crazy. And he's giving me all the beta on the course. He's like, Dad, so there's like some turns and some big whoops and rocks and sand. You just got to be really careful out there. I'm like, okay, dude, thank you. It's so great hanging out with him and all the kids. Bella Enda, who we've had on the show before, she killed it. She ended up 5th in one of her classes, which is a podium. It was so cool. Yeah, kids, goosebumps line. Dude, it's so cool watching the kids line up. It's like nerve-wracking as a father. Audrey Comer did super, super great too. Ian Enda, who we call Otis, did really, really well on his little tiny mini. He's a little tiny dude. He's like this big. He's great. So yeah, he has a great race. He's beat down, tired. I've probably seen the picture. Justin Monroe, what's up? Have probably seen the picture on Facebook of him laying on the ramp into the van, just passed out. He was done. And I was like, oh boy, his next race is going to be interesting. But next race came around, got up, got fired up, was like stoked, gets on the line and like hauled the mail. He ended up with a 5th in his class, which is pretty far towards the back because there's only like 7 kids, I think. But they were super fast kids. And he was battling. He was up there very competitive. But then the cool thing is he passed some kids on the front line, on the big line, the 7 to 12 line ahead of him. It was awesome. Or excuse me, the 12 and up line. One kid, it was like, looked like he was 16 right in 85. Yeah, so it was awesome, man. He's passing dudes. Super cool to watch. It was really, really, really fun race. And he came off with a giant smile, really proud of himself because he had battled with guys. Anyway, it's just the best, man. Watching kids race, absolutely, kids have some awesome pitch talks. It's so good. I'm going to get my kid on here. He's got school. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. We're going to get him on here. So, Dave Paulson, it was so awesome. And he comes off the track. He's like, Dad, so I did better this time. You really got to watch out for these big sand moves. And, oh my gosh, it just warms my heart to hear these kids talking about it. And it just was awesome. I was able to get a sweet selfie with Bella Enda, which was way cool because she did so great. And yeah, great day. You could tell, though, that it was going to be dusty because there was no rain falling. And every time even like the mini bikes came by, it was like poof, dust. I was like, oh boy, tomorrow's going to be epic. So the next day dawned. We went back to Kansas City, had a great night, hung out, whatever, relaxed. My kid, by the way, didn't even want to swim, which is kind of like saying he didn't want to breathe. Because my children, I don't know about you guys who have children who like when they go to hotels, it's like pool time is like the most important time. The kid didn't even want to swim when he got back. He just wanted to go to bed, eat, and then go to bed. It was hilarious. I got him his own pizza. He almost ate the whole thing. And he's tiny too, so it was cool. After that, we got up the next morning. It's time for Big Kids Race. Race didn't happen until 12:30, so we had plenty of time. We got down there. It was crazy dusty. Pitted. I mean, even the pits was dusty. People driving around. It was nuts. I was like, oh, man, I do not love dust at all. I would rather race in the mud any day of the week. And so we got got everything going. They're running a little behind again, which I say that, and I say that as a complaint to the CORCS, but I completely understand, and I know that that's basically how all races go. They're always a little behind. This day was actually a lot better, and our start was on time, which is probably why I'll tell you what happened. So anyway, it was time to get down there, go on our parade lap, and the parade lap, so instead of having practice where you can just go out for 30 minutes or whatever, or an hour, they do a parade lap where someone leads it and you stay behind them. It was George Pennington, who's crazy fast, so it wasn't like we were slow. But it was like the most dust. You could see it from space. It was crazy. And so I got back. My buddy Brian, Foxy Bibbs, we looked at each other. He's like, dude, I hated every second of that. Oh my God, I know. He's like, it's nothing but whoops. Hey, Bryce Davis, what's happening? It's nothing but whoops and dust. I'm like, yep, but I'm going to line up, like, I'm not going to have Jason Lesher shaming me for quitting before it even starts, which I appreciate. So we lined up. Well, actually, I take that back. We got done, and I went back to get my water, and yeah, absolutely, Matt, you can see the dust. It's like crazy. So I went back to get my water at my van, not knowing what time it was because I didn't have my watch on. And anyway, I go get my water. I'm adjusting it in my helmet because I have a hands-free thing and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, got time. And hey, wait, Snar, what's happening? As I'm doing that, I hear, BOOM! I'm like, oh my God, that's the first line. Oh, no. And I'm starting on the second line. So I'm like, oh, crap. So I throw my helmet on, plug my water in, jump on the bike, yell at my kid, I'll see you in 2 hours, and pin it down through the pits. Sorry, everybody in the pits that I was like wheeling past. I did not mean to do that. Get down there, and as I'm going, if you've watched my video, and if you haven't watched it, go to our YouTube channel, check it out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. Quick shameless plug. As I'm going down, I see row 2. Whoa! And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I slide in, and I look at the guys behind him. I'm like, is that row 2? They're like, yep. I'm like, ugh. So I missed my start. I charge into the dust. As I'm charging into the dust, I immediately catch guys because they can't see, so they're going slow, and I can't see, so it's a mess. Going through, we finally get onto the actual race course, and we come around this crazy silty turn, and it's just like you can't see anything. And I'm going through, and I look down like out of the peripheral, and bam, there's a motorcycle in the way. And Matt, you were right there, right on. He's right at the pits. Yep. And I look down, there's a motorcycle. I'm like, and I run right over it. And as I'm running over it, I realize it's a YZ, and I'm like, that looks a lot like my buddy Foxy Bibbs' bike. And then I look back, and I see him, and I'm still not 100% sure because it's like looking through the it's like looking through the fog, and I see this guy like scrambling off the track. I'm like, that looks like Brian. Oh, whatever. So I get going. I'm super bummed because I'm way in the back. I mean, I'm not a great starter, but that was the worst. So I ride, and I'm going along, and I can't see anything, and all of a sudden, bam, just hit the deck. No idea what I hit. No, I don't even know, man. It was a straightaway. Like, there was nothing in the way. I just, like, hit the ground, face full of silt, mouth full of silt. It was ridiculous. I get up, I ride a little further, and I'm like, this is silly. I'm going to get hurt. I'm not having any fun. I'm going to go see if Brian's okay. So I peel off the course. I go back. There's my buddy Brian. He's just leaning against his bike. I'm like, hey, what's up, Bibbs? And he looks at me. He's like, I crashed. What are you doing? I'm like, oh, man, this is ridiculous. I can't see anything. I think I swear a little bit in the video. Sorry about that. But I'm like, I can't see anything. And he's like, yeah. So we talked for a little while. I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know if this is worth it, dude. It's like, I feel like I'm going to get hurt if I try to go fast. And by the way, I'm racing the 40A class of the old guy, sort of kind of fast class. I don't really belong there, but whatever. It's a way to get faster, right? So so we talked for a little bit, and then he's like, let's go put some laps in. We paid for them. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Absolutely. Let's go put some laps in. So I take off, get going. Yeah, exactly, Matt. That's exactly what I say in the video. Effing silly. I take off. I crash a couple more times on the first lap because it's like just crazy silt. and really hard to ride in. But I start finding my flow. Tori, yes, absolutely. Swearing equals sentence enhancers. So I finally find my flow. I start going pretty good. I'm like, all right, and the bike's working great. The 450. Hey, Brooke Harrison, what's happening? The 450 really was an appropriate choice for a motorcycle, although it's just a lot of motorcycle. But it was great in the whoops because I could just always get the front end up if it started to dive, and suspension was working great. Stock Yamaha. Garrett Anderson's on now. Yeah, stock KYB stuff is just good. Honestly, it's really good. And started riding pretty good. I started catching guys. I'm like, okay. Bibbs is still behind me. So I keep going, doing my thing. And I come, timing scoring, I come through as 9th out of like 10 the first lap because I knew Brian was behind me. So I know I wasn't dead last. I was like, 9th, whatever. So then I come back around, I'm in an 8th. I'm like, I made a position. Someone else either quit or crashed or okay. Or one of these guys I passed. So I come around at 8th again. I was like, okay, maybe that's just where I'm going to end up today. And I wasn't really pushing it very hard because I seriously was in the way back and not thinking anything about racing. But I was trying to ride clean and well. And I just kept catching guys. And I was like, And there's some really cool parts of the course. Like, it wasn't all whoops and dust, by the way. There's, like, some really cool canyons. You got down right by the Arkansas River. That was way cool. One second. Coffee. Sorry, guys. I've been talking a lot. We went right by the Arkansas River, so that was cool. There's actually moisture there, so it wasn't dusty. Some of the stuff up on top was really fun, and the wind was blowing, keeping the dust down. So, and there's some super high speed stuff out there that was fun. I love going fast. And I come around on whatever lap, and I'm in 7th. I was like, I made up another position. Well, that's cool. Sweet. I'm gonna end up with a 7th, just like my kid. That'll be awesome. We'll be 7th place buddies. And I kept going around and come around last lap, and I'm close to the end of the last lap, and I look up, I see my buddy Josh Butson. Josh, if you watch this, what's up? Crashed and picking his bike up, and he's a B racer, but he was ahead of me because I was literally the last person to leave through the pits after we decided to go back out on track. I catch him. I'm like, hey, Josh, as I go by, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I caught Josh. Josh Budimlia. River Rock Whoops was a new one for me. Yeah, it was a new one for me too. And hard to get traction. I don't know. You were on a little bike. Even the 450 was struggling for traction in those River Rock Whoops. I was doing a lot of sideways, like the sand whoops I was good, and the silt whoops I was good, but man, I was having to really modulate the throttle on that one to try to keep the bike straight. But yeah, I finished the lap, and I come around, and bang, I'm in 6th. I was like, that is phenomenal. I can't believe it. 6th. I mean, my overall, I'm sure I was like way in the back of the pack for the overall, like whatever. Yeah, I was so stoked. I was like, oh man, that's awesome. And it was, it's one of those things like, no, the race wasn't the most fun. The whoops were horrible. The dust was horrible. But like every day on a motorcycle, it was infinitely better than like working, and way better than like doing housework or really most things actually, even though it was really bad, like dirt biking. Although I could say it wasn't even really bad dirt biking. It was just tough, right? It was still so much better than like pretty much every other activity. So, yeah, my kid, I was so stoked he was there at the truck just still hanging out because all the other kids had left, our friends that I knew because the adults didn't race because they're weedies. So he was there. Dan Malone, the mailman, what's happening? We had a great weekend. CORCS put on an awesome race. We're going back to the one in Fountain. Super stoked. That's coming up. Oh yeah. You're recovering from surgery. Danny Aiken, what's happening, man? I haven't talked to you in a long time. How are you, bud? But yeah, had a great race, ended up with a decent result. I originally posted I was 5th on Facebook because the printout said I was 5th. Like I went and looked, and I was kind of surprised about that because I wasn't catching that many people. But then their official results online says that it's that I was 6th. So officially 6th. Not trying to like sandbag or whatever up into 5th. I don't really like my results. They matter to me on the day when I'm trying to race, but like I'm not that hung up on it. So yeah, CORCS, awesome series. George Pennington, Judd Barlow, Rothera, all you guys, thank you so much for putting that thing on. I really super duper appreciate it. We're going to keep supporting you. We bought year memberships for the series, so at least the young one and I are going to come racing. My older boy got kind of fired up about it, so we'll see. Hopefully he decides to race. So my official, just so everybody knows, my official views on racing and kids and all that stuff is that if it's not fun, then don't do it. So my boy, my 12-year-old, yes, Matt, Andreas, thank you to Buck so much for the race. And Matt, I don't know everybody's name, so, and thank you to the people who own the Rimrock Ranch who let us race there. That's huge. It's like 400 acres of really cool terrain, which I wish, you can't really ride all the time because it's private land, but it's a really neat place, and I would love to ride it with some moisture in the ground. Because the course was really cool. There were a lot of whoops, but that's kind of part of racing. But the course itself was awesome, and the canyons were super cool. I'd love to go up those canyons. I think that would make for a good, tough race. But I have a show and tell here that I just took off my bike this morning. That right there is the dust from the Rimrock Enduro, from my YZ450, my 2018 YZ450. As you can tell, yes, it is a funnel web filter. Zach, what's happening, man? It did a great job because, bing, look at the back side, is nice and clean. Airbox nice and clean. I don't have to do a top end, which is nice. Check my kid's bike. His sealed well too. Fortunately, we put a brand new air filter in his. Yeah, actually, quick product review. Again, I know I've talked about these before. This thing did great. Bike ran great all day, even in, honestly, the most dust I've seen in a really long time. But you can see, like, there's still some clean. Shane McNabb says, we have a 9-hour race going on in a couple of weeks at Wyandotte, Oklahoma, the Off-Road Cup. Shane, shoot me a message or post on here the info for that, because I doubt I'm going to make it to that, because that's a long way for me. But it is kind of close to my family, so maybe. I doubt it. But post the information up, so, who knows? Lots of people might want to go from here anyway. So yeah, funnel web filter did its job, did great. Didn't have to change it. Bike breathed well. It never, it didn't do anything weird. So that was cool. It was crazy dusty. So there's the recap of the CORCS race. I hope you guys liked it. Hey, John Hill, what's happening? Questions. Open it up for questions. You guys, it doesn't have to be about the race. It can be about the YZ. It can be about base camp, our KTM for rental, the YZ for rental, my 250 YZ, which is awesome. Ooh, SX picks, Dan Aiken. So I got Tomac in first because it's a hometown race. And I think he's probably going to win it. And honestly, I cannot remember the rest of my picks. I know I got Baggett up there. Webb. I think I have Webb in like fourth because I know he's kind of just, he's not cruising, but he's not pushing super duper hard. And I don't know. I think he might get taken advantage of. Tomac, Marvin, Webb, Wilson, Dan Malone says, better choice than the two-stroke for that race. Yeah, Josh, that's a good question. So Josh Budimlia asks, hindsight, was the 450 a better choice than the two-stroke for that race? Right now, I'm going to say no. I think the 450 was a fine choice for the race. And maybe in 4,500th place. That's awesome, John. Or Dan. Josh Butson, what's happening? The other dad that was out there with his kid who actually raced the day after the kids' race. Woohoo! So, Josh Butson, I agree, 250 would have been better. I would definitely have liked to have my YZ 250. I don't think I would have enjoyed the KTM 250 because our KTM is set up super for rocks and gnar, and it's pretty soft, and I think it would have suffered in those whoops. It handles incredibly well in the whoops for a PDS bike. I mean, better than any other PDS bike I've ever ridden, thanks to Javier and Trail Tricks suspension. It's freaking amazing. But the YZ suspension would have handled that race way better. And I think I would have done better on a 250 two-stroke, partially because that's just what I ride more of the time and what I really love riding. I think in the right hands, the 450 would have been the weapon of choice just because of the speed and the power. And there was plenty of places to let that loose out there. Cody Schaefer proved that the 450 was a good choice. He won the thing. I mean, Cody could probably win on a 125, but I think that race, actually, I think all races from here on out, I'm going to be taking the two-stroke because the 450 is just a lot of motorcycle for me. It's really fun play riding in the Adobes and out in the desert. It's a great rental bike for guys that like four-strokes. It's phenomenal. The motor's incredibly tunable with the app. I really like that app. I was going to show you on my phone, but the Shane and John are going back and forth about big boy panties for their race. Neil way out front on us. Which Neil? Who Neil? Matt. A smoker would have definitely been, for me, would have been better. Like hands down. The 450s are hard. I stalled the thing like 1,000 times. I crashed it because of stalling numerous times. That was interesting. Lloyd Beck, what is up? When are you coming riding, homeboy? So yeah, four strokes. Andrew Neal. I know Andrew. Did he kill it in the C race? Because I know he's racing C. Danny Aiken. Aztec Motocross Series has started. Racing this weekend, practice Saturday, racing Sunday. Dan Aiken, awesome. Good to hear. So Danny Aiken, quick plug for the Aztec Motocross Series. I don't know what their website is, but Google that, Aztec Motocross. Google. And you'll see what's going on there. Looks like they're going good. Sound familiar, Garrett Anderson? Yes, I bet it does sound familiar to Garrett because Garrett took his 450, and I'm sure he struggled a bit because the thing was crazy. Matt, as awesome to hear Andrew smoked it. I haven't talked to him since we got back. I got to shoot him a message. That is way cool. Oh, by the way, he's sandbagging in that C class. He is a super fast desert racer from California. So, I'm not going to let him get away with that for very long. Aztec Motocross, Danny Aiken, Aztec Motocross, go race, support racing, guys. I got to say, I haven't been racing. John Bowman. I will get to that in 1 second. John Bowman asked, do you have any tips for putting on a new seat cover? Yes, 1 second. First, I have to say, go support racing. Highland Cycles has not been racing in the last few years. The last few years have been crazy for me. And I tried starting a shop in Grand Junction. I tried a bunch of things. It's been a crazy situation, and I haven't had the time. I've been riding a lot because that's easy for me to do. Racing hasn't been in the cards money-wise or time-wise. It's been a bummer for me. I know it's upset some people because I've been trying to support racing. Anyway, I'm back at it, guys, and we are back at it. I'm super stoked. I'm going to try to make it to as many as I can. I can't make it to all the series, obviously, and there's a lot of things I don't do, like motocross, although I might try to motocross on the 450. That'd be fun. Highland Cycles race team is coming back. Not this year. We had it a few years ago. It was a lot of fun. We're going to do it again next year. I'm going to be getting resumes. I'm excited about that. So that's going to happen. But yeah, so get out, support your local race series. Go pay the money. I know it's expensive, but you know what? They work their butts off to put those races on, and they don't make any money. I'm telling you, as a guy who helped own a race series, Moto Mayhem, years ago, started with my buddy Jason. Jason really started it. I kind of jumped in as a partner. There's no money in putting on races, and it's really hard. So it's for the love, and when these guys do it, you need to go support it. So Aztec Motocross, go racing. CORCS, go racing. Weeby, go racing. I'm going to be, by the way, at the dinner at the Dunes, the Farmington race. There will be some Highland Cycles gift certificates there to win. Yeah, thanks, John. We're getting the kids out riding and racing more. Like I said, we ride a lot, and the kids and I ride all summer on Mondays. Oh, yeah, by the way, since everybody's we got a lot of people watching actually right now, longer into the thing. So, Lynn, or what's happening? Mondays during the summer after school's out, we call them Moto Mandays. I have the boys on Mondays because we're closed, and we go. Hey, Chandler Henry, what is up? I'm gonna have you on. How does next week sound, Chandler? Chandler Henry is an awesome dude, and I want him on this show. He's a kid here in town who's rad and loves riding and loves dirt bikes. Justin Monroe will be at Farmington. I think I got to make it to Farmington. I've been out of it. What kind of registration is required for that New Mexico race? Aztec race? I don't think you need a registration on your bike because it's at a motocross track. So you'll just need to pay whatever fee to go racing. So the New Mexico race, the Farmington race, I don't know what kind of permit. I don't think you have to have a permit. Someone else chime in if you know the Weeby rules. I think you get a special buy, because it's on public land, I'm pretty sure, by paying the race entry. So I think you get a day or something, I think, because I've never bought a thing. Tori Anderson, have a great day. Yeah, Weeby membership. There you go, Garrett. Tori, great posts earlier, by the way. Keep them up. Keep them up. Keep them up. Keep them up. Chin up. Spread positivity. I love it. So yeah, Dan Malone, Farmington. I think just the Weeby membership. I've never had to purchase in New Mexico. There, Josh Butson. Perfect. Guys are chiming in. I love it. So yeah, I might have to make it to the Dunes race. I have to switch it up. I've sworn I'd never go again, but since they changed it, I'm stoked. And since it's a enduro and not a hare scramble, it might be a little bit easier as far as just craziness. Although I like hare scrambles, I like lining up bar to bar to bar to bar. Yeah, I love that. That's why I like National Hare and Hounds. I wish I could make it to more of those. It's just too far away from me with all that I have going on. And the time I like to spend with my family, choose into race time because my family doesn't always want to go racing. My wife doesn't always want to go racing. So she's an amazing woman. Pat, what's happening? But yeah, racing isn't totally her. She enjoys it a little bit. So it's not her favorite thing. Hey, I'm going to keep going while people are watching because this is fun for me. I love this. By the way, thank you. I just have to say thank you to all of you for watching. Thank you so much for your taking time out of your day. I mean, time, hands down, the most valuable thing we have. So thank you so much for taking your time to watch this show. I know a lot of you guys share this and you tell your friends, so thank you for that. I really, really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. We post these things on YouTube. Kim Jackson, what's happening? When are you coming out to see me in Montrose? So yeah, I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all so much. Thank you for supporting Highland Cycles, you local people here. We're busy. I love it. It's just awesome. I love it. I love this community. I know that like whatever, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. When I started the Grand Junction shop, I got preoccupied with some stuff. And I was trying to, Daniel Malone, it's going to be so good, by the way. I got preoccupied with trying to grow a business in a way that I didn't really know how to. Anyway, I'm still trying to grow this business, but I'm doing it a different way. I'm trying to spread the gospel of two wheels. So thank you guys so much for everything. Ooh, Justin Monroe, the weather looks perfect for tonight's ride, so come down. Seriously, no joke. It's not raining right now. It rained and snowed yesterday, but like not so much that it was going to make it like a soupy mess. But it's supposed to be cloudy all day till about 4, and then the sun's going to come out, and it's going to warm up to in the 40s, and then Dry Creek is going to be the best conditions humanly possible. So come down. If you're watching this from Grand Junction, I don't know, if you're watching this from Kansas, get your butt out here. Shane McNabb. Come out here and ride tonight. It will be a stretch to get here in time. But Thursday night rides, every Thursday, all summer long, we ride. Sometimes I miss them because sometimes my kids have baseball or whatever during the summer, but generally I'm there. If not, someone's there. So go ride. You gotta ride, like Thursday nights. You know what? And if you're in a hometown somewhere very far away, start your own Thursday night rides. It's been a tradition here in Montrose for long before I ever hear. I'm not taking any credit for the Thursday night thing. I'm just trying to make it bigger. But Montrose has been doing that for forever, and I'm trying to get it going and really ripping because I think it's a great thing for the community. So yeah, get out, ride your dirt bikes on Thursday nights. We're going to start Saturday mornings here in probably a couple weeks. Probably take a little bit longer, let it warm up even a little bit more. We'll do dawn patrols on Saturdays. Love to have you guys come out, ride with us, stay at the base camp, I don't care. Ride your dirt bikes, have fun, all that stuff. So I'm going to do a little giveaway now. So I've got these Gospel of Two Wheels stickers. John Schofield, what's happening, man? How are you, buddy? And dirt bikes bracelets that I'm going to mail for free to someone. And I'm going to mail it to the first person, John Hill, what up, Punk Rock Club. The first person to comment what place my son Ewan got, wait for it, in his second race, the 85 7-12, which he raced a 65 on. The first person to name the place he got in that, which I mentioned earlier, I will mail these to. All of this goes to one person. Woohoo! So yeah, comment that. Whoever comments first. Ooh, no, John. It was not 6th. That was me. I was 6th. In my race. And yeah, Supercross Denver. I'm not gonna make it. No, Corey. That was in his first race. His first race, he got 7th. Eric Cancer, what's happening, man? You're late from Texas. Nope, Justin, that was his first. Nope. There we go, John Bowman, 5th. Little Ewan got 5th in his second race, his 85 race, 55th. No, that's me, dude. I'm 55th, David Paulson. So yeah, John Bowman, message me your address. I'll get this thing out today. Josh Butson, no. You guys are all, yeah, it was 5th, just so everybody knows. He got 5th in the 85 7-12 on a 65. Really proud of him. I'm proud of all the kids. Josh Butson's kid, Lincoln, the best. The kid was so great. So fun to watch, like killing me. Huge smile the whole time, having a blast. Like, I can't explain how wonderful it is to see kids riding dirt bikes. Oh, sorry, Josh. Watching kids ride dirt bikes is like, it's amazing. And if you don't have kids, go to a race, get there early, watch the kids race, and watch the smiles and the determination and the I know, Matt, I forgot, you got to come to my van. I had them, but I will get you there. Section 108, 37 seats 1 through 5, Dan Malone. The mailman's going to be there. Shane McNabb, what's up? It is awesome, by the way. So again, since we got all these people watching, let me know if anybody here, hey Marvin, what's happening? How's the hands going, man? I know you're healing up. When are you going to be back on your motorcycle? Let me know if you guys would be interested in this thing as an audio program. I'm thinking about putting together a podcast. Dude, John Hill, 7 years old. That is so cool. Matt, you don't have social distortion issues? Zach Parsons, what's happening? Flat billers, it's almost flat lit. I can't go full flat bill like my kids. They rock more than I do. And Lloyd, you rock, by the way. So, yeah, so if you guys, let me know if you're interested in hearing this thing as a podcast. I don't even know how it would sound to pull the audio out of this thing. I'm not sure what that would even be like, but I'm thinking about putting it up on our website. It's just another way for people to hear this as they're maybe driving or whatever. Corey Willoughby says podcast thumbs up. Moto-minded toolkit. Dude, Eric Cancer, that's such a good idea. Okay, hold on. Since everybody's here, Garrett Anderson listens to podcasts all day. We're just going to keep rocking, man. I love this. You guys are awesome. You people are my favorites. Like favorite people, dirtbag people. So, Eric Cancer wanted to know about the Moto-minded MEK toolkit. So, here is the thing. I'll show you, first of all, here's what one looks like out of the bike. Really cool. So I'm going to show you why it's so cool, though. Because here's what they look like. This one's for a fuel-injected bike. They have a little bit different thing because they make them to hold the little filters for that. But since I don't have a fuel-injected KTM, Joel, Reedy, what's happening? Watch this. So let's see if we can do this. I got my little stand. I don't know if this is going to work. Shaming Dab, what's a podcast? Fair enough, dude. Hi. So, KTM, the longest month of... I hear you, dude. Heal up, Marvin. You'll be good. Check this out. So, take this off. There's my air filter, which is still dirty a little bit. I got to do that before I ride tonight because I'm taking this out. Stash, absolutely. This comes off, and then, look at this. Whoop, there it is. There's the little toolkit right there. So, I'm going to walk back so I can set my thing down. This is fun, walking with Morgan. Tomac leads, giveaway to Marvin, ends up third. Ooh, Dan Aiken. That's a good prediction, and probably pretty good. I'm gonna be real brutally honest. I'm not a huge Tomac fan. Sorry, Dan Malone. Eli Tomac has kind of upset me. I could do a whole episode on that. If you guys want to hear about it, let me know. Face to face, he pissed me off. Excuse my language. And then I hate the fact that he quits races when he gets behind. And sometimes he actually quits, but I'm talking about just slowing down because the guy's clearly like the fastest dude out there at times. But anyway, and everybody has bad days. Blah blah blah. I know I'm not real popular in the state of Colorado for saying that, but that's how I feel. So, Eric Cancer, here it is, Motor-minded toolkit, super duper cool. It's made specifically to go on the back of a KTM plate. Alec Moorfield, what's happening? It's all 3D printed. Garrett, I completely agree that he does not have the heart. This part's not 3D printed, but the holder is. Pops right off. This thing, by the way, just sticks on there, and he's got a cool... And Dan, I agree he's probably going to win because he's back home. So, and he's going to get fired up. But I still don't like the guy. This 3D printed part, really cool. It comes with a template that helps you line it up for this. They don't have ones for the older KTMs yet. He's working on that. But Zach, yeah, dude, jerk in person. Jerk to me and my kids. So, pronounce Cancer. Thank you, Eric. I just never knew, and I didn't. Sorry, Eric Cancer. I know the other way doesn't sound good. Does not make the dad. Yeah, exactly, Josh Butson. Never diss a kid. He dissed my two kids. You know what? I'm going to tell. Well, hold on. I'm going to do this first, Eric. So super cool. Goes on the 17 and up airbox covers. Fits great. Does not touch the air filter really. So this is for the 4-stroke. If you look really close, it says long on that side, and then I think it says short on that side. The long one, open it up, super easy. This one's tight. Maybe it's a little too tight. Hang on. I'm gonna do this. Open that toolkit. I am. So, because I've got my registration in here, it's too big. So out comes my registration that I printed off my internets, because that was easy. And then this really cool spark plug holder. Again, it's for a 2-stroke because, yes, all the 2-stroke jokes can start about fouling plugs and all that. But holds a 2-stroke spark plug perfectly, keeping the tip from getting crushed, which is why you have a holder. Otherwise, just throw it in there. But the holder makes sense. Also, perfect place for master link. Goes in there. This is all cool 3D printed stuff, so that's super cool. And then the other side is the rest of the master link. So I know I'm not doing a very good job with this. So there, anyway, ding, 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 ding. There's the master link, but there's room in there for more stuff, right? So you can put a few more things in there, not a ton, but I like this thing a lot. So it doesn't hold a ton of stuff. It's not like it replaces your tool kit for like your back, for taking wheels off or something like that. But it holds the important stuff that you don't really want to have to carry or remember to put back in your bag. That's the key for me. I like the fact that it's nice and small, and it holds the things that I need that are like essential to that bike. And so for me, especially since I have rental bikes, and we're going to be hopefully getting lots more rental bikes in the future, it's nice to have a thing on each bike that just stays with the bike, that when people take it out, they know they have a spark plug, they know they have a master link, the registration's with them, because, technically in this state, you're not only supposed to have the sticker, you're supposed to have the whole thing. So this registration is kind of big, so it doesn't fit great, but boom, there you go. You just clip it back in. Goes. Yeah, John, absolutely. Could be rigged up about anywhere. The thing that, the cool part is that this thing is, you can kind of see that it's curved specifically for the plate. David Paul, it is made specifically, but you could absolutely stick it on anything. That 3M adhesive that's on the back is crazy, so it would stick to I think it'd stick anywhere. David Paulson, Ken Rocks, and Jeremy Twitch Steenberg, probably the most approachable, famous riders I have met. I have not met those guys. But here's my story about Eli freaking Tomac. And I'm just going to, whatever. I know this is not popular to say, but the guy pissed me off, and I'm not supporting him anymore. Not financially. I'm probably going to go to some races that he's at, but whatever. Daniel Malone, 55 fully loaded. So with the spark plug and the clip and all that stuff, not with registration. 45 by itself. Let me know if you need one. You could totally mount 2 easily in there, Eric. So as you guys know, who've been loyal fans to the show, again, thank you. We've had Cody Webb on. We've had Destry Abbott on. We had Jimmy Lewis on. Those guys are famous and fast and #1 at different times in the world. Cody currently, the whole super enduro thing. But anyway, and they are incredibly nice. And they answer my emails. They come onto this show, this tiny little show in the middle of nowhere. They take time out of it's incredible. I met Cody in person at a race. He was super duper nice and was like signed a poster for us, and he's going to send us a signed jersey for free. I offered to pay for it. Look, the guy's awesome, and he's bad. I mean, he's like Garrett. He was much faster than you. That's funny. So, and he's like super nice. So we're at my boys and I are at the Lakewood Motocross, Thunder Valley, and it's just the two of us. Walking through the pits. My kids are huge Tomac fans. Brady, what's happening? We're huge Tomac fans. We're walking through the pits, and they both my kids ride Cowies. They just, anyway, they're freaking fans. They're both my kids are born in Colorado. Anyway. So we're walking through the pits, and here comes Eli, like not behind his thing, not at he was at his transporter, like his rig, but like, he's just in his gear. He'd come off after practice. He's walking by. I'm like, hey, guys. And no one's like mobbing him. Jay Coleman, what's happened? When are you coming out here? No one's mobbing him. No one's doing anything. And I'm like, I kind of was like, wow, that's weird. Like, no one even sees him. I was like, hey, guys, let's see if we can get a picture with Eli. Like, yeah, my two boys, like, their heart and souls in dirt bikes and, like, the whole sport. And they love the guy. And yeah, super cool dude, Justin. So we walk over, and I'm like, hey, Mr. Tomac. I call him Mr. Tomac. I'm like double his age. But I call him Mr. Tomac out of respect. Hey, Mr. Tomac, would you mind if I get a picture with my boys with you? He's like, dude, I'm trying to get out of my clothes. I just don't have time. And he just was a super jerk. Super duper duper jerk to me and my kids. I mean, I get that he was busy. He could have said, hey, man, I really don't have time. But he was a jerk. And we're all jerks at times. I get it. But, like, it's part of your job, man. When you do what they do for a living and you get paid what you get paid for a living, part of your job is that you at least be respectful to the kids and the fans. So I immediately lost a ton of respect right there. Like, I was like, oh, sorry, sir. And we just walked away. Kids immediately turned off by the whole thing. And then I was like, well, whatever, everybody has a bad day, give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe practice it. He actually sucked that race too, so maybe practice wasn't good. So then we went riding in Rico, me and some friends, and we ran into Eli in Rico. The most standoffish, just not a pleasant person ever. We were in a coffee shop in Rico. There was 5 of us total, including him. And I'm like, you're crazy. So that's my story. That, and then I don't like the way he races. People are showing up. We got to open up the shop. Is that Zach? No, it's Cam. Oh my gosh. You guys, look at this dog. Look at this dog. You got to see this dog. Look at that dog. That's Kobe. And he's so cute. Here, pick him up, Cam. We got to look at him. Look at that. Shop dog.
Right here.
Yeah. He's a terrible dog. He's terrible, and he's really ugly.
Oh, yeah.
He's terribly ugly.
Definitely an ugly man.
And he's not soft or cuddly at all. All right, guys. I got to go. I got to get the shop open. Got to get to work. You guys have an awesome day. Yes, Garrett Anderson. And I hope you spread love, peace, happiness, joy, and the gospel of 2 wheels. And I really hope, especially tonight, because conditions are going to be perfect, that you ride your dirt bike.